Hello again, everyone, from a springy International Falls, Minnesota, the icebox of the nation. This is Radio Icebox, Season 2, Episode 9, In Debate of Ducks. And before we get started in the show, of course, we do want to take a moment to thank all the patrons and members that make our shows possible. The patron of the episode this episode is Mike Worth, my good friend. Mike, thank you so much for all your support. Members of this episode that we'd like to recognize, Sheila Mize, thank you so much, Sheila. And Mary Norbury Glasser, thank you, Mary, for all your support of the Icebox Radio Theater. And our super member, that's someone who's a patron on Patreon and a voting member of the Icebox Radio Theater, Matthew White. Matthew, you mean a lot to us. Thank you so much for your support of Radio Icebox. Now, without further ado, let's go on with Season 2, Episode 9, In Debate of Ducks.
Good morning, Icebox. It's 6:01, the coffee is hot, and we're here to help you usher in another wonderful day in... Is it spring?
Not yet, not quite.
It really seems like it should be spring.
I agree, but alas, the almanac does not.
Well, whatever the case, we're here to help you through the final days of this very, very long winter. The weather is next.
Hi, this is Woody again. Well, I don't think the ice is going to last too much longer, and we got 2 months before fishing opener, so I figure it's a good time to clean out your tackle box. I know no one ever cleans out the tackle box, but we got a lot of lures down here, and you damn well know half the stuff in your box hasn't been wet in over a decade. So why not come on down to Woody's and do something about it? What's the matter, you chicken? Any idiot can tie on a jig and a minnow. Try something new for once in your life.
Woody's Bait Shop and Guide Service on Beach Avenue in Icebox. Open alternating Tuesdays, 1 to 5.
Come buy some new lures. Only a stupid person does the same thing over and over.
Woody's!
Went down to Woody's for the first time the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's a nice place. You should buy all your fishing gear there, everyone.
Really?
Really. They are a credit to the community, and I'm glad they sponsor us here on the station.
They made fun of you, didn't they?
Mercilessly for like 10 minutes.
Well, they don't really mean it. Mostly.
I'd like to catch a fish once, just once.
You mean you've never...
Hey, Abby, is that the weather?
Seriously, though, if you'd like some help, we could go out next spring and I could...
Weather, please, weather.
Okay, today looks pretty standard. High topping out around 20 with a chance for snow showers tonight. The overnight low in the low teens, maybe a bit warmer right by the lake.
I can't fish, you know.
What?
I mean, I can fish. I can tie on, and I know the fisherman's knot and all of that stuff. I just can't...
Observations?
This is way more important to me than I thought it would be.
No, I mean weather observations.
Right. The 15 and cloudy here at the studios, a 16 up the road in International Falls. They got -9 Celsius in Fort Francis, -8 up the river in Rainy River. National Weather Service has put up a mood warning for next week. Expect general snippiness and quiet longing as people have to shovel snow yet again, while spring is still a few weeks away.
22 past the hour here at Radio Icebox, and the news is next. Spring is just around the corner, and Weird Sisters Flower and Garden is your headquarters for preseason prep. Now through the end of March, all garden tools are 10% off with an additional 15% off purchases of $100 or more. We've got rototillers, we've got shovels and spades, and of course, all the herbs and insects you need to banish the spirits to the forbidden zone before the ground completely thaws. Whether you have wood sprites, common trolls, or potato bugs, we've got the spell fixins to get your pea patch in shape and ready for warmer weather. That's Weird Sisters Flower and Garden on Lake Street across from Graves Manor in Icebox.
News headlines now on Radio Icebox. This is Cole Miser reporting. A mob with torches has been spotted in the woods east of town after apparently confusing area man Frank Chamberlain for a lumbering abomination against nature. Chamberlain, who stands 6 foot 8 inches tall and weighs over 300 pounds, was taking a winter hike through the woods yesterday when several people dressed as stereotypical and vaguely Germanic villagers began pursuing him while shouting "Damonsta, Damonsta" over and over again. Chamberlain took refuge in a broken-down mill and tried to reason with the crowd from a second-story balcony, only to have several old women faint in a comical fashion. Chamberlain feared for his life until a man in riding jodhpurs and a driving cap appeared with a large megaphone and shouted, "All right, everyone, that's lunch," at the crowd. At this point, the angry crowd immediately stopped shouting and ignored Chamberlain while wandering off towards some place called Craft Services. Chamberlain says he is no longer frightened by the memory of the event, but is wondering if it can somehow get him his SAG card. Mrs. Cindy Luhu of River Avenue has been cited by police for creating a public nuisance Sunday evening after refusing to leave the police station downtown. Luhu was demanding help with her 2-year-old son, Damien, who she claims is, and I quote, "a spawn of the goat-footed father of lies," unquote. Police were quick to point out to Luhu that many 2-year-olds behave satanically, but she responded with photographs of snow angels that she and her son had made earlier that day. The pictures clearly show Luhu's snow angels as basically normal, while the fun, easy-to-make snow sculptures created by her toddler clearly had bat's wings and the horns of a goat. When pressed for details, Luhu insisted the snow demons had not been altered in any way after her son got up off the ground. "He flopped and flapped just like you're supposed to," she said, "but when he got up, demons." Luhu was sent home by police who declined comment on the case, other than to say that if you name your boy Damien, you're pretty much asking for it.
Hey, everybody. Hi once again. This is JJ from Radio Icebox coming on, just wanting to remind you we're still looking for some money to do some repairs around the Opera House here. And the way we decided to do that, for those of you that can get internet nearby, it's audibletrial.com/IBRT. I think you might even be able to hear in the background of some of our broadcasts here, the pipes tend to sing. They tend to malfunction in the spring and the fall of the year when the temperature bounces up and down, that changes really rapidly. It makes for bad radio, so we'd like to have a plumber come in and take care of that. And we're raising money on audibletrial.com/IBRT. You can go there, get a free month of their service. It's all audiobooks. It's a really wonderful service. And I'd like things to, be fixed around here, for things to, kind of improve and just generally be better for Cody and for Abby and everyone else. And this is a way we could do that. So it's on the level here, totally serious, audibletrial.com/IBRT. Sign up there and you get a free month of the service, and we actually get a little bit of money to fix things so that they're better here at Radio Icebox. We'll be back to regular programming in just a minute.
The Wolfsbane has been under the snow for 2 months, and that means it's time for screaming vegetables at Lake Grocery. Dave and the gang in the produce department have the corrals up and ready for pumpkins, squash, potatoes, leafy greens, and even some baby corn that's all ready to put up a fight on the way to your dinner table. Local gardeners have been cultivating these unique plants for generations, and no one is really sure why only Icebox produces such plump, tasty, and animated vegetables. But it's a tradition we look forward to all year long. To kick things off, we're offering a special on all fanged zucchini, 2 for $1 on Tuesdays. And remember, Lake Grocery is not responsible for any injuries incurred during cooking. Credit is available, but the smiles and screams are always free at Lake Grocery.
So, what do you think?
About what?
Screaming vegetables, a cult or mad science?
I always thought of them as a reality we have yet to understand.
Alls I know is I love cauliflower drowned in cheese sauce. Literally.
A little graphic for this early in the morning.
You're right. I got some announcements there.
Yep. The Girl Scouts Troop 54.5 will be meeting in the Liquor Library meeting room tonight at 7. Girls will be talking cookie strategy, I bet.
Let's strategize. Offer the addicts one free and let the cash roll in after they're hooked.
Works on me.
And me. City Council meets tonight at City Hall, 6:30 p.m. On the agenda, Summerfest plans. Some street improvements need action from the council, and Jim Hebig would like permission to build a small nuclear reactor in his backyard. You know anything about that?
Yeah, something to do with his home brewing business.
Okay, so a fairly open agenda. If you have complaints, get down there and get in line. Oh, and Becky at City Hall told me they fixed the microphone, so whoever started bringing the bullhorn, please stop. The room is too small for that anyway. Okay, that's it.
That's all I got.
Okay, that's it for the morning show, which means
It's time again for Radio Icebox Playhouse, our premiere series here on your community station. And we have a very special drama in store this evening. It is Shooting Pool with a Rope. by playwright Lynn Stephen Johanson, and it begins right now.
Hey there, little bird. Nice day, huh? Yeah, I'd probably fly away, too. Hi there.
Hey.
Nice park, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, kid. You mind if I make an observation?
You talking to me?
No, I was talking to the spirea bush over there. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You mind if I make an observation?
Yeah.
Your pants are going to fall off.
So?
And people can see your underwear.
Did I ask you to talk to me?
I don't know. My memory ain't what it used to be.
Well, I didn't.
Ah.
And if you're some kind of pervert, I'm not interested, so you can just go screw yourself.
Interesting concept. Rare ability like that could have alleviated a lot of frustration during my misspent youth.
You're asking for it.
For what?
An ass-kicking.
You know, I experienced one of those once. Is in the streets of Melbourne. That's in Australia.
I know where Melbourne is.
Are you always this hostile? I mean, it's a terrible way to go through life.
Will you just...
What?
Leave me alone.
All right. I apologize. I should respect your wishes. I didn't mean to get you upset. So the girls think it's sexy to see your underwear?
I think it's sexy to see what's underneath.
Aha. Well, I guess it was only a matter of time before the butt crack was elevated to the stature of cleavage. Tit for tat, so to speak.
What the hell
I
are
guess
you...
I shouldn't be surprised given the visual similarities.
Why are you talking to me?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Well...
You don't know me.
True.
How do you know I'm not going to pull a knife and steal your money?
Oh, I don't.
Or maybe I could be one of those thrill killers you read about. Kill just for the hell of it.
You read?
Well, duh.
No, I mean, that's good. Over the years, I've read everything I could get my hands on. Still do. It's important to empower one's mind.
So...
You read, you speak well, you're personable to a degree. Peel away the attitude and you have possibilities.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I find people like you interesting. More or less.
So you just talk to anybody?
Pretty much.
Why?
Well, could talk to that peony bush over there about how it feels to have ants crawling all over it, but I'm afraid it would, for the most part, be a one-way conversation.
You talk to bushes?
Only on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Tuesdays.
You're weird, man.
Oh, that I am. Not afraid to admit it. But being weird isn't necessarily a bad thing, do you think? You can enjoy it. I always have. If people think I'm a little weird, I take that as a compliment. There's nothing worse than being beige.
Beige?
Beige, you know, bland, boring.
Oh.
And I wasn't making fun of your clothes. If I was your age, probably dressed just like you.
You still can. Your pants are baggy enough.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull off the pants down like that.
You better watch out. Those suspenders might snap back and kill you.
Well, what do you think? Weird, huh?
Very.
Yeah, I don't see how you keep your pants up. My pants would be around my ankles. Probably get me arrested. Or I'd fall down and hurt myself. You see, you're in fashion, but me, I just look like some old degenerate. Besides, my navel's moved up to my solar plexus.
Pull them back up, will ya? You're grossing me out.
All right. Guess I'm not going to impress anybody.
Maybe you'll turn on your wife.
Ugh, not married.
Some old lady might find you sexy. You could get laid.
Get laid. You can't shoot pool with a rope, kid. Besides, it's been so long.
That's like riding a bike.
I'd probably fall off and chip a tooth. You can smile. Look at that. Good. That's important. Now, if you can laugh, hey, you'll live a longer, happier life.
You know, they've got drugs now that will stiffen your rope.
Oh, yeah?
Don't you ever watch TV?
Oh, that stuff. No, you just aggravate the arthritis in my wrists. See? Time spent laughing is time spent with the gods.
I haven't had much to laugh about lately.
Why's that? If you don't mind me asking. Since the park is across the street from a hospital, and since you should be in school but you aren't, can I assume you're here visiting a loved one?
Maybe.
I figured. Me too.
Who, if you don't mind me asking?
My daughter. And you? It's all right. It's none of my business.
So what are you doing out here?
If I have a choice of spending time in a park or in the waiting room of a hospital, the park wins hands down.
Yeah?
I'm not fond of hospitals.
Why's that? You scared?
If you ever been under the knife, you'd want to stay as far away from them as possible.
You had an operation once?
Once. Yeah.
More than once?
Let's see. Gallbladder, hemorrhoids, knee surgery, not to mention the prostate cancer.
But you're all right now?
So far, I had radiation treatments every day for 3.5 weeks. I now have my own built-in flashlight. Can find my way to the bathroom at night without turning on the lights. But don't ask me to demonstrate. I'm shy.
You're kidding me.
Well, maybe about the glow-in-the-dark part.
I don't think cancer's very funny.
It's not. No siree. Serious stuff. But you gotta have a good attitude about it. Otherwise, it'll get you. And the big C isn't gonna get me anytime soon. I had an old gypsy woman tell my fortune once. She predicted I'd be shot during a lover's quarrel in a cat house on my 99th birthday.
Shooting pool with a rope?
Shooting pool with a rope. That's good. I think there's hope for you, kid.
Will you knock off that kid stuff? My name is Stacy, not Kid.
I thought Stacy was a girl's name.
Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not.
He's up. Just giving you a hard time.
Well, don't. I don't like it.
Fine.
What's your name?
Al. Short for Alvin. And no, I'm not one of the friggin' chipmunks.
Chipmunks?
You know, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
No.
You've never heard of Alvin and the Chipmunks?
No.
Cultural icons of the 1950s.
No.
They were seminal in the development of heavy metal rock and roll.
In the 50s?
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Jerking me around again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. It's this ornery streak that surfaces every now and then.
I hadn't noticed.
Ooh, sarcasm. I like that. What's the matter?
Nothing.
Nothing, huh?
Yeah.
You want to talk about nothing?
No.
I see.
It's kind of personal.
Personal like in a loved one?
Mm-hmm.
Parent?
Yeah.
Getting it off your chest might make you feel better.
I doubt it.
Oh, you never know. I went to a priest once. Talk about a problem I had. And I found it very helpful.
Big deal. You're a Catholic.
No, I'm not.
And you saw a priest?
Yeah?
You're just kidding me again.
No, honest to God. Because I walked into the church and told him I needed some help. Didn't matter to him that I was raised a Methodist. Father Intagliata, that was his name. Took time to teach me about the power of redemption, and for that I will always be grateful.
I could never do that.
Talk to a priest?
Yeah.
Your age I wouldn't have either. But I did something once that, I'm not very proud of. It's been eating away at me most of my life. It's taken me over 40 years to gather up the courage and conviction to do something about it, and now I'm afraid it may be too late. I guess that's my punishment for being a coward.
You don't look like a coward to me.
I may not have the look, but I was one back then. And now I would rather face a burglar with a gun than go into that hospital and face my daughter.
That bad?
You don't know the half of it. So, you got any ugly little secrets?
I'm not that old yet.
Oh, you want a couple of mine? Oh, they're pretty horrible. I'll allow you only one.
How horrible are they?
Well...
Ever been in prison?
Nope.
Committed any crimes?
No.
You mean person?
No.
A liar?
No, but I am prone to exaggeration.
A jerk?
Depends on who you talk to.
You don't sound too bad.
So, is it your mother or your father?
Mother.
How is she?
Dying.
Oh. I'm sorry.
She's been fighting cancer for the last 5 years.
That's tough.
It would go into remission, then it would just come back.
You have a father?
No, he was killed in a car accident when I was 4.
No brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles?
No, my grandparents are all dead. Except for one, he disappeared a long time ago. He could be dead too, for all I know.
What's your name, anyway?
I told you, Stacy.
Yeah, but Stacy what?
Miller.
And your mother, what's her name?
Why?
Just humor me. I'm an old man. Guys my age been known to drop dead for no reason.
All right.
Your mother's name?
Diane.
And her maiden name?
Crawford.
That's what I thought.
What's with all the questions?
I just had to be sure.
Make sure of what?
Look, kid,
Stop calling me kid, will you?
All right.
The name is Stacy.
All right, Stacy. You can call me Al. I prefer that to Alvin or Hey You.
Al what?
Crawford.
Crawford, that's my...
Yeah.
Are you messing with me?
No, honest, I'm not. You see, I'm your grandfather. The one that disappeared, as you put it. As you can see, I'm very much alive, at least for the time being.
I don't believe you.
Wait, don't go. Hear me out.
Why?
All I ask is just a couple of minutes, then you can leave. Tell me to get screwed or whatever, but please, just a minute of your time. What will it hurt?
Okay.
I was married to your grandmother, Frances Ingalls Crawford, and we had a daughter named Diane Louise. Louise is your mother's middle name, is it not?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to pull some kind of scam or take advantage or otherwise mess with your head. I really am your grandfather. Long-lost grandfather, God help me.
What are you doing here?
Well, I guess you could say I'm exercising my guilt.
Your guilt?
Some writer once described guilt as an avenging fiend that follows you with a whip. There comes a time when you can't stand the lashings any longer and you have to clear your conscience. In order to do that, I had to seek out my daughter and try to find some measure of redemption.
After all this time?
Yeah.
You have a lot of nerve coming here.
Yeah, but not much courage.
Why did you run away anyway? I think I have a right to know.
Yeah, I suppose you do. I took off when your mother was 3 months old. Left your grandmother high and dry with a baby to raise. Nice guy, huh?
Pretty lousy thing to do.
And now you know why I'm experiencing some anxiety over going into that hospital room and seeing your mother. You don't remember me, but I'm your father, the scoundrel. God.
You didn't answer my question, though.
What question?
Why'd you run away?
Oh, well, let's see. Immature, selfish, scared, irresponsible, maybe all of the above.
And you never contacted her?
Nope.
And she never tried contacting you?
Well, when she divorced me, she sent me a letter saying she never wanted to see me again, so I respected her wishes.
She never talked about you that I remember.
Understandable.
After my dad died, she came to live with us, and I asked her one time, why don't I have a grandpa? She said, oh, he disappeared a long time ago, and nobody knows where he is. That's all she'd say.
I'm glad to know she didn't rave on about me ruining her life.
Yeah, but you did. You know what she did for a living? Cleaned people's houses, worked her ass off. And she never made much money, so Mom had to start working when she was 14, after school and on weekends. And she's worked her ass off, too. She wanted to be a teacher, but she couldn't afford to go to college. But she managed to take night courses at the community college and got an associate's degree while she was working as a secretary to a fat freaking boss that treated everyone like dirt. And then she gets cancer. It's just not fair. It's not.
I know. Life isn't fair. If it was, your mother would be healthy and your boss would have the cancer. But look, it seems bleak right now. You're a victim just as much as your mom. And the injustice of it all, it's burning a hole in your gut. But don't let all this put a chip on your shoulder so you end up bitter, blaming the world about what it did to you. If you do, that chip will grow into a millstone around your neck, and it'll pull you forever into the depths. You have to defy it. Stand up, look tragedy in the face, and say, you're not going to beat me, damn it.
How do you know all this stuff?
You'll find that time is one of life's great teachers, Stacy.
When you ran away, did you ever think about my mom?
Of course I did.
I'll bet.
No, really, I did. I joined the Navy and I traveled aboard ships all over the world. Had a lot of things to occupy my time, but when I was alone in my bunk at night, I thought about her, what she was like, what she was doing. I've always been able to compartmentalize things. That was a compartment I seldom wanted to open, and would never share the contents with anyone else.
So what about me? You gonna freak out and run away now that you've seen me, or stuff me into one of your compartments?
I couldn't do that. I'm concerned about what will happen to you.
Nothing. That's what's gonna happen to me.
What do you mean, nothing?
Mom's been talking with some of her friends about taking me in after she... And you know what? Nobody's interested.
Nobody?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if nobody takes you in, what will happen to you?
I'll become a ward of the state. Child and Family Services will stick me with some foster family until I turn 18.
Foster family.
Mom and I have always talked about me going to college, but I don't know, maybe I can join the Army or something. Pretty tough to go to college if you're a homeless person.
You want to go to college? Go. I can help you get all this arranged. I can meet
you. You say that now, but who's to say you won't just take the easy way out like you did before?
I understand why you're skeptical. Words are cheap and promises are conveniently forgotten, but if you let me, I'll show you that I mean what I say.
Yeah?
All I ask is that you give me a chance.
Why did you decide to come back here anyway? Forget about the guilt and the need for redemption and all that crap.
Crap?
Yeah.
All right, I don't have any relatives. None. I'm all alone in the world except for you two. And I started thinking about what would happen if one day I just toppled over in the street.
Toppled over?
Yeah. Like I told you, guys my age been known to up and drop dead.
For no reason?
Yeah, walking, thinking, talking one moment, and boom, dead the next. I mean, who would care? So I thought this might be my last chance to connect with my daughter and try to make amends. You know, before the boom happens.
I thought that the gypsy said you were going to live till you were 99.
True. What if her crystal ball had a virus or a systems failure? That could have screwed up her prediction. Stranger things have happened.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say that it all boils down to what good has my life been? Yeah, I saw the world, I enjoyed myself, I went into business, so what? It was all for me. But have I ever really done anything important? Anything that really matters? That made a difference? Late one night, that old compartment came open, and I thought about... Well, the next day I hired an agency to find you, and eventually I worked up a nerve to come here and check things out. When I arrived at your house and found no one home, I spoke with one of your neighbors who told me your mother was in the hospital. God, my heart jumped up into my throat. Am I too late? Oh, why didn't I do this sooner?
I thought you said you were in the Navy.
I was, but after I retired, I went to work for a dry cleaning business in San Diego. A few years later, I bought the place when the owner died, then I bought another one, then another, till I had 6 of them. The San Diego dry cleaning mogul. Sold them all 5 years ago, so I had more than enough money to keep me in Depends. Now I was planning on moving to Hawaii, simply enjoying myself. Then the prostate cancer hit. After I finished my treatments, I started traveling, but having cancer changes your outlook on life. Makes you reflect on what's really important.
And by coming back here after all these years, you think you can make us all feel better?
Look, I can't make up for the pain I may have caused. Nothing can ever undo that. I'm just interested in doing what's right. I wanted to make sure my daughter had a future. Ironic, huh? But I'm still hoping it may be possible for us to get to know one another. Maybe be a family before it's too late.
It's already too late.
How long does she have?
The doctor says a month.
Even so, it's not too late. You have to make the best of the time you've got, right?
I guess.
How old are you anyway?
16. How old are you?
68.
Wow.
That's what I say when I look in the mirror. Wow. Followed by, what the hell happened? You're talking about foster families. I know they serve a valuable purpose, but they can never replace your own family.
I don't have much of a choice, do I?
Well, actually, you do.
What do you mean?
You got me.
You don't even know me.
Not yet.
Thanks for the offer, but I don't want to move somewhere far away and make new friends and stuff like that.
You could still live here.
I could?
Uh-huh.
Well, that means you'd have to move, stop traveling.
Let me tell you something. Traveling isn't all it's cracked up to be. Hotel beds, they give me a backache. Strange food makes me constipated. I'd welcome a chance to stay home, give my colon a rest. I'm not trying to push you into anything. You have time to see if it might be a good fit. It's your decision. I'll respect your wishes, whatever you decide.
Well, this is pretty sudden. Why should I trust you anyway?
You shouldn't. No. Trust is something that has to be earned. It doesn't happen overnight. If I were you, I'd have me checked out.
Well, what am I supposed to do, hire a private eye?
If you want, I can provide references. You'll find I'm a pretty decent guy.
I think I better talk to Mom.
Good idea.
Are you coming?
Well,
Come on.
maybe you should go first. You prepare for the shock of scene.
You?
Yeah.
No way. We're going in together.
What's the matter? You think I'll run away?
Trust has to be earned, remember?
You drive a hard bargain, kid, Stacy, but you're right. Absolutely right.
She's kind of like you in some ways.
You mean stooped, pot-bellied, and balding?
Yeah.
Really?
No, her sense of humor.
Maybe you really should go first. That way I can stop by surgical supplies and sharpen my wit.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, I assume you know the way.
6th floor, room 626. You already know?
The room number, not the way.
Hey, what am I supposed to call you anyway? Grandpa, Al, or what?
I don't know. What do you think?
Grandpa. I don't think I'm up to that yet.
Well, then call me Al. Or what?
Huh?
Never mind.
Think you could put up with a teenager?
I know why not. We're the same species, aren't we? Just think of me as an antique teenager.
Antique?
I was a teenager 50 years ago. Don't you think that qualifies me as an antique? Just look at the patina on this face.
Patina? I thought those were just wrinkles.
Radio Icebox will be back with the rest of the story right after this. It can be in the sound of the orchestra preparing, or in the sound of a sculptor working in stone, or even in the sound of laughter from inside a theater. It is the sound of art being created, and for over 3 decades, the sound of art being created has rung loud and clear in northeastern Minnesota. The Arrowhead Regional Arts Council has been encouraging local arts development in northeastern Minnesota through grants and services for over 35 years. Every year, they give out more than $500,000 to local artists and arts organizations, and that helps create $40 million in revenue and jobs created. To find out more about our arts programs or how you can get involved, visit aracouncil.org. The Arrowhead Regional Arts Council, where the arts flourish, you thrive. Cody!
What? Asleep? No, I...
There's no time for that now. What do we have going on?
Huh?
What?
I'm sorry, I'm just a little dense at the moment.
Asleep!
Well, yes.
Asleep at your post.
I have worked 14 hours today, JJ.
No excuse! We must be diligent. We must be ready.
For
anything, Cody. Anything. Well, I gotta go up on the roof and check the tower.
What? What for?
Everything must be in a state of cat-like readiness.
Cat-like?
Exactly. We have to be coiled and silent and ready to spring when the truth is made known.
Okay.
Sound is truth. Image is illusion.
That was really weird. Oh, good. Hi, Grandpa. What's up?
Cody, the cell phone device is working, I see.
Yep. The booster you came up with seems to be expanding the phone over internet. Okay. What's up?
I found him.
You found him?
I think so, yes. I projected an approximation of the sound frequencies from the dimensional portal Mr. Rogers disappeared into. And if the math is correct, I think I know how to reach him.
You've tested this?
Oh, yes. I sent a small sensor through a mini portal and back again. It indicated breathable atmosphere.
Oh, that doesn't mean much, Grandpa. A lot of dimensions have breathable atmosphere. He could be in any of them.
But it pares things down quite a bit, and even if it isn't 100% accurate, it's a good place to start looking.
What's the plan?
Once you can get over here, we'll send a test subject through. I've called Sam. I figure he'll be the best one to send, since he wants Rogers for questioning.
Right. I have to watch the signal for another few minutes, but I'll be there soon.
We'll be waiting for you.
Grandpa?
Yes, son?
Do you think Do you think JJ's been acting strange lately?
You mean more so than usual?
Yeah. He was just in here a minute ago and seemed, I don't know.
Lost and disjointed?
No, focused and driven.
Oh, that is strange for JJ.
Yeah, and that's not all.
Yes?
Just now, he came into the studio and kept repeating, "Sound is truth," over and over.
Repeating it?
Well, okay. He didn't say it a lot, but he did say it. And that's the thing DJ kept saying before we set her. Sound is truth, image is illusion.
Oh, I remember.
JJ's just not himself.
Well, he always seemed a little high-strung to me.
That's true.
And it isn't like this past month has been easy, what with human heads turning up in odd places.
That's true, too. Still, I think we should keep an eye on him.
Oh, probably not a bad idea. You're on your way?
In a bit, yeah. Let me finish up here.
Okay, then. Wish me luck.
Luck. Bye now.
Yep.
No matter where we start from, we always end up getting weirder. Oh no, I hate being right.
Cody!
Yes?
It's me, Cody from the future.
You don't need to tell me every time. I've got eyes.
Wow, someone's in a mood.
You have no idea the week I've had.
Whatever. I come to warn you of something.
That's generally what you come for. What's up?
The town is in great danger. In fact, the entire world is in great danger.
Is it what I think it is?
Yes. Wait. What do you think it is?
Well, so far we've had a head in the vegetable crisper, interdimensional ducks, and a murderer who escaped to the outer realms.
It's all of those things and more. Oh no, it's starting to break up.
Are you okay?
I'm not sure. This time portal device has been acting up ever since we switched to the garbage fusion reactor.
Garbage fusion? You mean like in Back to the Future?
Right. And those movies spawned a religion, and the Church of McFly funded our research. Anyway, danger, help.
Cody, you're breaking up.
I can't. Beware the ducks.
Well, that's not good at all.
Major's voicemail here. Leave a message.
Grandpa, this is Cody. Don't do anything until I get there. I think the future of the planet is at stake. And I know I say that a lot, but this time I'm very serious.
And that's what he said?
Yes. Beware the ducks.
Well, not sure we could do anything about that. The ducks are vital for our interface.
You did say that he was breaking up.
Yes. It was kind of like watching analog TV over the air. Static, fading in and out, stuff like that.
Right, so it might not be clear what he actually said?
I definitely heard beware the ducks.
We'll keep it in mind. But I think we should remember something else.
What?
Your future self, or whatever, wasn't exactly right the last time he contacted us.
Yeah, didn't he predict the end of the world?
He warned us about the end of the world. But our actions in the prison rock could have changed the timeline and prevented that.
But still, we don't know if we can trust him.
You mean trust me?
That's just a thing. We don't really know who this character is. If he's got the ability to project himself in this fashion, he must have the ability to change his appearance. Besides, if future Cody really is against us traveling to another dimension, wouldn't sending us a message like this be a good way to slow us down?
Well, yes. Are you sure that there was nothing left of the device you made last year, Grandpa? That would be a good way to travel through dimensions.
Oh, I've told you it was pretty much wrecked. And besides, there are parts in last year's device I wasn't supposed to have.
Really?
Relax, Sam. The proper authorities have already given me the proper chastisement, and I'll never buy from the Libyans again. And besides, last year's device was calibrated to the prison rock dimension specifically. What we need now is a device that can be set up to go to any dimensions.
Which you can only do with the ducks.
Which, at the moment, I can only do with the ducks. All right, what do you think we should do?
Go get Rogers, I suppose. What is this thing going to do again?
Transport the subject to the chosen dimension, or close to it.
What does close to it mean?
Well, there are an infinite number of dimensions, and the ones closer to each other do tend to be similar. He might end up a click or two away.
Well, what good's that going to be? If I'm a dimension away, I won't even be able to see Rogers.
Well, you'll probably be able to see him, maybe even talk to him. You did want him for questioning, right?
I'd rather have him back here in the lockup.
Having a murder escape into another dimension is not an ideal situation. Cody.
Yes, Grandpa?
Let our little conduit there out of his cage, would you?
Sure. He goes here?
Right. As long as his little webbed feet touch that metal plate, the device will function.
Here you go, fella.
All right. So before I step into this thing, I gotta ask something.
Yes?
Is that even really a duck?
Oh, fascinating question. We've been going around and around on that one.
I maintain that they must be ducks, but possibly augmented?
Possibly.
Okay, probably. From every examination we've done, these are clearly ducks. The physiology is the same, they look and sound and smell the same.
So in other words, if it quacks like a duck...
Exactly.
Of course, I maintain that they could be an interdimensional life form which just took on the appearance of a duck.
Only it's more than appearance, Grandpa. That is clearly a duck.
Oh, can't be sure without a thorough exam.
A dissection, you mean?
Yes.
And why haven't you done one? We could have duck for dinner.
Because in that case, you'd have to deal with Abby.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I see that. So, we're stuck using a duck that we don't really understand to transport me to a dimension that we don't know in the hopes of finding someone who probably isn't there.
Oh, welcome to the world of science, Sam.
And don't forget projections of my future self warning against the use of said ducks.
Right. This is still our best option?
At the moment, yep.
All right, well, how do I strap into this thing?
Wait.
Oh, no.
Wait. Stop. Whatever you're doing, stop.
Can I help you, Barb? We're kind of busy.
I know exactly what you three are doing, and you should be ashamed of yourselves, skulking around in the dead of night.
It's just after 7, and we're in my workshop. How is that skulking?
Because you're being secretive. Why was I not informed you were going after Charles?
He's a dangerous criminal, Barb. I didn't want you around in case something went wrong.
You didn't want me around for fear I'd cause trouble.
That, too.
Well, I'm here now, and I'm going to make sure Charles is treated fairly.
If I can bring him back, you can talk to him, okay?
It's not okay. I want to go with you.
No.
Why not?
Because I said so.
And because I'm not sure we could send 2 people through.
The horizon problem.
Oh, you got it.
What are you babbling about now? This better not be a ruse.
It isn't. It's a real problem.
When the portal opens, it's like a tear in space-time. Having anything with mass step through it seems to create a ripple effect that closes the rift.
Like walking through a door so fast that you create a breeze that closes it behind you.
More or less, yeah. Point is, we're not sure how the phenomena really works, so we're not sure what sending a great amount of mass through it would do.
Are you suggesting I have a great amount of mass?
Oh, sorry, Barb, but scientifically speaking, any animal our size does.
Well, would you at least let me wait here?
As long as you stay out of the way, yes.
All right.
And if I manage to bring him back, he's going straight to jail, understand?
I suppose that's necessary, but I don't like it.
Honestly, I don't much like it either.
Why not?
Something tells me having Charles Rogers in my jail cell won't make my life any simpler.
Hard to argue with that. Cody, we look good over there?
Everything's fine at the duck end.
Okay, then. Oh, power level's good.
Contact point's good.
All right. Initiating field. And just like that, a dimensional rift.
So, how long does it stay open?
Oh, the power units only stay charged for a minute or so. You'd better get moving, Sam.
Right. Wait. How do I get back?
Oh, you need to create a landmark when you step through. A way to find the exact same spot in the other dimension so that you can come back to it.
Okay. How do I do that?
Oh, I suggest using Edgar. Here.
A garden gnome?
Oh, he's nice and heavy. He stays where you put him, and there's probably no gnomes where you're going.
Just set him next to the rift when you get through, and come back to him when you're ready to leave.
How will you know when I'm ready?
We haven't worked that out yet. We just have to go by a time, which I hope is the same in the other dimension. How long do you want? 5 minutes?
That'll do for a start. I don't know if I want to spend more time in the other dimension on my first field trip.
Okay. We'll recharge and reopen the rift in 5 minutes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Major,
Yes, Barb?
you said the rift closes when someone walks through and you can't reopen it for a few minutes?
Until I recharge this thing, yeah.
That's all I need to know.
Barb.
See you on the other side, gentlemen.
Barb, no!
She ran through. She doesn't even have Edgar.
Open it up. Open it now.
I told you it's going to take a few minutes to recharge.
Damn it. That crazy... Do we even know where she is?
I can take you back to the same place she went, but we don't know much about it. You were going to be our first interdimensional visitor.
Well, charge this thing, Major. I have to get over there as soon as possible.
This is really quite something. Charles? No! Oh, get away! Oh, these things. Oh. Charles! Charles, are you there? Charles? Oh, dear. It's worse than I thought.
This has been Radio Icebox Season 2, Episode 9, In Debate of Ducks. Featured in our cast were Ayla McIntosh as Abby, Jim Yunt played Sam, Tom Bement was Major, Jeffrey Adams was JJ, Cody Boyer played Cody, and Victoria Olsen appeared as Barb. Our play this evening was Shooting Pool with a Rope by Stephen Johanson, originally produced by the Icebox Radio Theater in 2008. It featured Justin Kapla as Stacy and Jeffrey Adams as Al. Directed by Jeffrey Adams with sound effects by Dave Irwin. The air check portion of our show, as well as the rest of the story, was written and directed by Jeffrey Adams. Some sound effects from the Freesound Project at freesound.org. A complete list of sound effects and music is available at iceboxradio.org/credits. The Icebox Radio Playhouse theme is Monkeys Spinning Monkeys by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. Radio Icebox Season 2 is made possible in part by the voters of Minnesota through a grant from the Arrowhead Regional Arts Council, thanks to appropriations from the Minnesota State Legislature's General and Arts and Cultural Heritage Funds.
Und sie weiß es ganz genau. Ich bin dir untergeben und auch so unterlegen. Ich hab's kapiert, du, die Schärfsten überleben.